Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Washington Post World.
May 12. 5:18 America New York, Qatari emir in Iran for talks amid tensions over nuke deal. Qatar's emir has arrived in Iran for talks with the Iranian president, state media reported, as efforts to save Tehran's tattered nuclear deal with world powers hit a deadlock.
Mirror World News.
May 12. 5:13 America New York. OnlyFans model who makes thousands from armpit hair pictures targeted by trolls. Khalida, an artist, started an OnlyFans a few months later when she was inspired by the women posting hairy photos on Instagram.
Mirror World News.
May 12. 5:10 America New York. Who was Mazisi Kunene? Google celebrates one of Africa's top poets who was forced to flee. Google Doodle is celebrating the life of Mazisi Kunene, who became an icon of African literature after he was forced to flee his native South Africa during the terrifying apartheid regime came to power.
BBC News World.
May 12. 5:09 America New York, United States passes 1 million COVID deaths. It's the highest total in the world, but the WHO thinks the true death toll may be higher elsewhere.
New York Times World News.
May 12. 5 o'clock America New York. Families reel outside El Salvador prisons after gang violence crackdowns. Dozens of women wait outside a detention facility for news of their loved ones after a crackdown on gang violence resulted in the imprisonment of more than 25,000 people. Relatives of Jonathan Gonzalez Lopez, 21, outside a prison in San Salvador after he was arrested.
New York Times World News.
May 12. 5 o'clock America New York. Biden to host Southeast Asian leaders as he tries to return focus to China. The leaders at the two-day summit in Washington will discuss a variety of topics, but the president plans to use it to show a united front against Beijing. President Biden remains focused on preventing China from dominating the Indo-Pacific despite the attention the war in Ukraine has demanded from him, a senior official said.
Mirror World News.
May 12. 4:58 America New York. Hero saves girl, 3, from 100 feet drop by catching her as she dangles from window. Astonishing footage of the nail-biting rescue shows the youngster was hanging on for dear life after she apparently slipped through the window in the Kazakhstan capital Nur Sultan this week.
WorldCBSNews.com.
May 12. 4:49 America New York. Israel says, not certain, who killed Palestinian-American journalist. After PM suggested Shireen Abu Akleh was likely killed by Palestinian gunmen, defense chief concedes the fatal shot could have come from our side. World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
May 12. 4:34 America New York. Dehydrated birds fall from sky as Indian heatwave continues. Dozens of dehydrated birds are falling from the sky every day in India's western Gujarat state as the country's scorching heatwave dries up water sources. A parakeet is given water mixed with multivitamins.
Washington Post World.
May 12. 3:54 America New York. Israel levels Palestinian homes ahead of settlement approval. Israel's military has demolished 18 buildings and structures in the occupied West Bank following a Supreme Court decision that would force around 1,000 Palestinians out of an area declared a firing zone.
Fox World News.
May 12. 3:52 America New York. Finland President, Prime Minister, urged the country to apply for NATO membership, without delay. Sauli Niinisto and Sanna Marin, the President and Prime Minister of Finland, a country on the border of Russia, released a statement backing an application for membership in the North American Treaty Organization, NATO, Thursday amid the Kremlin's aggression on Europe's eastern flank, particularly in Ukraine.
Wall Street Journal World News. May 12. 3:50 America New York. Finland's leaders announce intention to apply for NATO membership. Finland's president and prime minister said they supported the country applying for NATO membership, making it all but certain that the Nordic nation will join the alliance in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
BBC News World.
May 12. 3:28 America New York. Finland to apply for NATO membership, without delay. The country's leaders call for a rapid decision, in a move prompted by Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
New York Times World News. May 12. 3 o'clock America New York. UK donor said to have funneled Russian money to Tories. The cash was part of a fundraising blitz that helped propel Prime Minister Boris Johnson's party to victory in 2019. Records track $630,225 to a Russian bank account.
BBC News World.
May 12, 2:53 America, New York. Shireen Abu Akleh, UN chief appalled at Al Jazeera reporter's killing. Shireen Abu Akleh was shot dead while covering a raid by Israeli forces in the occupied West Bank.
Time.
May 12, 2:41 America, New York. Wheat crops almost everywhere are coming under threat from extreme weather. As Russia's invasion chokes off Ukrainian wheat exports, pushing up bread and noodle prices, the global harvest faces an added test: extreme weather. Droughts, flooding and heat waves threaten output from the U.S.
Washington Post World.
May 12, 2:06 America, New York. Explainer. Who's the Swedish doctor facing execution in Iran? Iran is scheduled to put to death a 50-year-old Swedish-Iranian physician within 9 days.
Wall Street Journal World News.
May 12, 1:38 America, New York. Unvaccinated North Korea locks down after reporting first local COVID infection. North Korea, which hasn't vaccinated its population, imposed a lockdown in all its major cities after it reported its first local case of COVID-19 more than 2 years after the pandemic began.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
May 12, 1:20 America, New York. Finland to apply to join NATO, without delay, for the first time after Russian invasion of Ukraine. Finland's leader has said the country needs to apply to NATO, without delay, as the Russian invasion of Ukraine continues. Finland's president, Sauli Niinisto,